Okay. Okay, so now we will start discussing with the time value of money topic. Okay, it is a very important topic for your exam, and also it is a practical topic. Okay, so the last topic which we have discussed, that is was a purely theory and basic topic, introduction of banking companies. Now the topic, that is time value of money. This is a module number 3 of your syllabus. It is a very important topic, and also it is fully practical topic. Okay, it is a fully practical topic. Okay, so now everybody should try to attend this topic. Okay, so this is a very important topic and also practical topic. In this we will be solving practical problems on concept of time value of money, annuities, okay, amortization of loans, calculating the interest on savings account. That all we will understand in this topic. So before moving to the details of the topic, let us understand what is the concept of time value of money. Okay, what is the concept of time value of money? Now, one of the most fundamental concept in finance is that money has time value. Okay, so this is the most fundamental concept in finance, is that money has time value. Very important. What is the meaning of time value? Let us understand. Time value means money in hand today is worth more than money that is expected to be received in future. This is the concept of time value. Okay, time value means what? Money which you are having in hand today is more worth than the money which you will receive in future. Okay, so this is the concept of time value. So all the concept of finance in financial management, it is based on the concept of time value of money. Whenever we will take decisions, no, of big projects, investment decision, it will be based on the concept of time value concept. Okay, because in time value we have to take decisions based on the present value of the money. Because suppose, for example, if you will receive 1 lakh rupees after 5 years, simple example, 1 lakh rupees somebody is going to give you after 5 years. Okay, so this 1 lakh when we will receive after 5 years, no, so what is this 1 lakh's value today? It is present value. Okay, based on some discounting factor, we will calculate that value, that is called as present value. Okay, so 1 lakh you will receive after 5 years only, but what is its value today? That is called as present value of money. Okay, so this concept of time value says that money which you are having in hand today is more worth than which you will receive in future. Okay, so somebody will say that I will give you 50,000 today, or you can take 55,000 after 1 month. So normally what you will prefer? Today only you will take 50,000, no? Because you know that money is having time value, and money which you are having in hand today is more worth than what is expected to be received in future. Okay, because if you will wait till end of the month, you don't know, no, whether you will receive that money or not, whether that person will pay or not. So today if he is paying 50,000, so you take that instead of waiting for 1 month and taking 55,000, you can accept that 50,000. This is called as bird in hand theory. This you can also call as bird in hand theory. Bird in hand means if you are having money today, it is more worth than money which you will receive in future. Okay, so this is the most fundamental concept in finance. Says that money is having time value. Okay, so the reason is straightforward. A rupee that you receive today can be invested in such a way that you will have more than a rupee at future time. So suppose if you take 50,000 today from that person, you can invest that and ultimately you can earn more on that rupee. Okay, this is the concept of time value. So two small illustrations are there. See, suppose A wins a prize in a contest and he has got two options. So one person A is winning a prize in a contest and he is having two options: receive 10,000 now or receive 10,000 in 3 years. So which option A will choose? So they are saying that take 10,000 now or you take 10,000 in 3 years. So which option A will select? Obviously, any person will select this only, no? 10,000 now you can take. Clear? Because why? Because if you will take 10,000 now, you can invest it somewhere and earn more money, no? So that's why the theory says that rupee today is more worth than rupee tomorrow. So if A is a rational person, he will choose to receive 10,000 now. Okay, anybody will say that give me 10,000 now. Why to wait for 3 years? Okay, so this is the most basic level, the time value of money demonstrate concept of time value. So time value means what? Rupee today is more than rupee tomorrow. Clear? This is the concept of time value. Understood this much, everybody? Concept of what is annuity? Annuity means stream of cash flows. Annuity means what? Stream of regular cash flows. So in many cases, you must have noted that you have to pay an equal amount of money regularly, like every month or every year. Okay, for example, rent payment of your house. So if any person is staying in rented house, so he will have to pay a regular amount to the landlord. Okay, suppose 5,000 is the monthly rent. Okay, if 5,000 is the monthly rent which a person has to pay, so every month he will pay the rent. So this is the stream of cash flow. Or for example, if you are paying a life insurance premium, this is also regular payment. No? If you are selected quarterly payments, so every three months you will pay the same amount. Or if you have taken half yearly scheme, you will pay every 6 months. Okay. If you have taken a loan for a purchasing house, then payment of housing loan. Okay. Vehicle loan. In all this case, there is one common thing, that is a regular payment of money is there at a regular interval. Okay. In all these cases, if you will observe, in all these cases, they pay a constant amount of money regularly. So if you will see all these example, there is a constant amount of money paid regularly every interval, a regular interval. Okay. And the time period between two consecutive payments may be 1 month, quarter, 1 year, etc. For example, in case of rent, it will be every month. On a particular date, you will pay the amount to the landlord. Rent you will pay to the landlord. So this is the okay. In case of LIC premiums, if you have taken quarterly scheme, then you will pay the rent. Okay. So these are all regular payments at a regular intervals. So this stream of cash flow is called as annuity. Okay. Now this can be other way also. Now we have seen about the payments, but there will be incomes also. A regular income will also be received, like pension. Okay. Regular credit will be there every month. Rent of house. So in this case, we have seen that you are paying rent to somebody, but the other person will receive the rent, no? So that is the receipt part. So this is also annuity. So annuity can be either receipts or payment, but one thing is important, that the receipt or payment should be regular and the interval should also be same. Then we will call that stream of cash flow. Cash flow can be either receipts or payment. If that regular cash flow is there, interval is also same, then that stream of cash flow will become annuity. Okay. So now let us understand this with an example of an illustration. So what is annuity? Annuity can be defined as a sequence of periodic payments or receipts regularly over a specified period of time. So if there is a regular payment or receipt in regular interval, that stream of cash flow will become annuity. So two things should be there for a stream of cash flow to be called annuity. First thing is that amount should be same. So if you are paying rent every month, amount will be same, no? So first condition is that amount should be same and interval should also be same. Then we will say that that stream of cash flow is an annuity. Okay. So let us take 3 cases for understanding annuity. Firstly, we will discuss C. Check this first illustration and tell whether this stream of cash flow will become an annuity or not. So here cash flow is there. For 4 years, we are taken a series of cash flow. Every year, 13,000, 13,000, 13,000 is the cash flow. Okay. So amount is same every year and interval is also same. 1 year, 1 year, 1 year interval. So see 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. So continuity is there, interval is same, amount is also same. So we can say that this set of cash flow or stream of cash flow will become an annuity. Understood? So annuity is the regular cash flow, amount should be same, interval should also be same. Then we will say that that set of cash flow is annuity. Like your recurring deposit, you will pay every year 500, 500, 500 rupees every month. So that is an annuity only, because interval is also same, amount is also same. Now take this example, see whether this will be annuity. 1 year, 2nd year, 3rd year, 4th year. First condition is satisfied, say interval is same. But if you will see here, amount is changing. So this is not satisfied. So this set of cash flow is not annuity. Understood? This is not an annuity because here interval is the same, but your cash flow is not same. So this will not become an annuity. Now, whether this will become an annuity, cash flows is same. Okay. But whether interval is same, say here 2-year gap is there, here 1-year gap is coming, here 4-year gap is coming. So this is not an annuity. Understood how to identify whether a stream of cash flow will be annuity or not. Two conditions should be there. Interval should be same. Interval should be same. And another condition is that amount should also be same. If these two conditions are satisfied, then we will say that amount of that cash flow, set of cash flow will become an annuity. Clear? So see, first is an annuity, other two are not annuity. Here reason is also mentioned why they are not annuity. So this much clear, everybody? So I think we can stop here for today in this topic. Further discussion we will do later on.